Hello, Capricorns, and welcome to your 2025 yearly horoscope. So, as we begin this brand new year, Mars is still retrograde in Leo, and on the 6th, 7th of January, Mars will move into Cancer, into your seventh house of relationships and partnerships, where it will remain in this motion until the 23rd of February. So, here, when Mars is retrograde, it requires a little bit more effort to stay productive, motivated, consistent. Now, here, Mars retrograde could repress some of your energy. And generally, here, if you experience a little bit of frustration in your relationship, in your partnership, in your business partnership, try to release the excess of energy, negative energy, on something physical or some activity, physical activity, because with Mars retrograde, you might repress your anger for quite some time and erupt unexpectedly when you can't hold it in anymore. On a different level, Mars retrograde, generally with Mars retrograde, it might be more difficult to stay productive, consistent, and generally this could be also related to some unresolved issues, matters from the past that will have to be addressed and resolved around this time. Now, at the same time, on the 29th of January, the nodes will move into Pisces and Virgo. So this is your ninth house and your third house. So you had a little bit of a little taste of these energies back in September 2024, when we had the lunar eclipse in Pisces in your third house. Perhaps you had to make some major decisions. It could be about also changes when it comes to your mindset, perhaps a greater involvement in activities in your community, in your hobbies, in your interests, cycling, for example. This could be very much the case as well. And here in January, the nodes will move into these areas of life permanently for 18 months. And they will generally activate the energies present here. So what this means is that here the south node will be in your ninth house, the north node in your third house. So it's a great time overall for engaging in activities within your community, within your county area where you live. This is likely to be also connected to expansion of your connections within your community. Perhaps this could be about discovering, exploring your area. As I said, cycling, traveling, lots of intellectually stimulating energy. This is also related to perhaps volunteering or getting involved in some activities within your community, within the area where you live. And where the south node is present, here the energies are slightly different because the south node sucks the energy out. So here, when it comes to foreign travel, for example, you might find yourself traveling more here within your country, within your region, rather than traveling abroad. There is less travel abroad or to faraway destinations when the south node transits this area of your life. At the same time, Saturn is opposing your ninth house automatically as well. But what it is, I think you'll be there is a major shift coming up for you, and changes in how you see the world, your worldviews, belief system, your life philosophy, your life direction. I think you'll be undergoing a shift in this area of your life. This is about freeing yourself from obligations, some restricting obligations or limiting energies that are keeping you stuck, or holding you back, basically holding you back. This is very relevant actually, because Uranus is also approaching your sixth house of Gemini. And here in 2026, we'll have a little taste of this transit. Uranus will be here between July the 7th and November the 8th, and then more permanently from 2026 onwards. So with Uranus in the sixth house, this is when you will feel like you want to free yourself from any unnecessary obligations, responsibilities that are generally holding you back. Uranus will shake things up in your daily life, daily reality. So lifestyle changes are definitely on the horizon. How you work. So you will likely go through work-related changes as well, whether this is changes in generally the dynamics, working hours, Or perhaps this could be about working independently, remotely, on your own terms, on a different schedule, maybe less restricting schedule. Generally, with Uranus in Gemini in the 6th house, anything that's overly restricting, and this is where you will want to break away from. At the same time, this is also connected to adopting or getting an unusual pet, for example, as well. So with the eclipses activating your 3rd and the 6th house, this is also related to these lifestyle changes that will be further stimulated by Uranus transit in your 6th house. You will have 2 eclipses in your 9th house and 1 in the 3rd house. So you've already had the 3rd house eclipse in September, and then you will have, so you have something similar taking place in September 2025, connected to your communication, movement, cycling, driving, and traveling, short distance travel. Anything to do with building a website, for example, or writing and blogging, for instance, working with your sibling, brother, next of kin. While 2 eclipses in the 9th house could generally be about expanding your horizons. Maybe this is about your business, taking your project idea on a global scale. And these energies will also stimulate you to travel, but maybe travel won't be as that spontaneous. This could be about a well-thought travel coming up somewhere that you've never been to before, for example. But I think this is also about changing your direction. I think you will have this need to free yourself from any heaviness and embark on a more free spirit journey, especially since Pluto will be out of your 1st house now. And many Capricorns complained about having Pluto in Capricorn in their 1st house. It will be different for Aquarius, because Aquarius has a very different energy. So Pluto in Aquarius in the 1st house will be very different, a different experience to those with Pluto in Capricorn in the 1st house. But what it is, I think after this long Plutonic transit in your 1st house, with Uranus moving into your 6th, eclipses activating your 3rd and 9th, I think like you want to finally do something that makes you happy and that doesn't require too much energy, or perhaps that can help you to free yourself from some restricting routines or responsibilities, at least temporarily. Now we will have three proper Mercury retrogrades this year as well, mainly in fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So that's your 4th, 8th, and the 12th house. So here again, you'll be reassessing your home situation, your living situation. Bear in mind, you've got a solar eclipse coming up in your home sphere in March. Some Capricorns could be moving or perhaps buying a home, or moving to a different location, or renovating their house or updating their furniture. So there's a need for some kind of shift. This could be also about your parents moving closer to you. And overall here, Mercury retrograde will also generally stimulate you to think carefully about your living situation, whether you're comfortable, whether there is enough security and safety in your life, whether you need to implement some changes in order to achieve this, for example, if this isn't the case at the moment. And I think this is also about reviewing any investments, any debts that you may have, loans, credit card statements, for example. There is a bit of that internal energy that makes you want to go within during these retrograde phases of Mercury. And Venus is also retrograde this year in Aries in March and in Pisces in April. So that's your 4th and 3rd house. So this is also a good time for thinking about your home situation, your environment. What can you do to bring more comfort? More sensible energy. And I think this could be also a very creative time as well. But perhaps this could be also about reconnecting with family members during this time. Any unresolved issues from the past might resurface here during this time as well, forcing you to resolve them, to address them, especially since Mercury will be also retrograde in Aries at this time. So clearly the home area, your living situation is really, really here highlighted, emphasized. So you will be working on establishing more stability, more comfort in your area of home in March. Jupiter will be in Cancer this year from June the 9th until June the 30th, 2026. So that's Cancerian energy where Jupiter feels fantastic. And this can really bring some interesting opportunities for traveling, but with another person, whether this is your partner or your business partner or your best friend. So there is generally energy that helps you to create fun experiences with another person. At the same time, this transit could also bring a new person into your life. With Jupiter in your 7th house, it could be about going away, traveling, engaging in adventures, fun activities with another person, whether it's your best friend or your partner, your husband, whoever it is. This is about kind of joining forces with another person and doing something fun of an expansive, adventurous nature with another person. Jupiter in the 7th house is not really connected to a new love partner, but maybe this could be connected to someone that you meet, like a guide or a coach or a mentor that could redirect you if you feel like you lack direction during this time. There will be new people coming into your life, but usually the people that come to our life during Jupiter's transit in the 7th house, these are people who act as our teachers, people who can help us to move forward in the different eye-opening direction. Now, for some, this could be maybe about creating a business with your cousin or your sibling, since the Jupiter is a traditional ruler of your 3rd house. So finally, we've got also Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries temporarily, just to give you a little taste of what will happen from 2026 onwards. Saturn is your ruler, so of course, whenever Saturn changes signs, this also changes your perspective of reality in some way. And here we've got Saturn is from May the 25th until September the 1st in Aries, and Neptune from March the 30th until October the 22nd. So Aries, this is your 4th house. As you can see, interesting energies coming into your home area after Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, solar eclipse in Aries. You've got Neptune coming here. Saturn and Neptune represent very, very different energies, opposing energies even. Saturn is about structure, discipline, order. Of course, this is your ruler. And Neptune is all about energies that are very mystical, very creative, but also energies that lack boundaries. So with Saturn in the 4th house, there isn't often that much support from family members. Sometimes you feel let down, sometimes you feel lonely, sometimes you feel like you can't rely on anyone apart from yourself. Sometimes you might feel like you don't even relate to your family. So lots of different thoughts will be going through your mind. Saturn in the 4th house could be also about things breaking down, old things. So if there is something that needs to be repaired, maybe repair it now before Saturn moves into this area of your life. Because when Saturn comes here, it could be a complete end of this object item. Maybe this is connected to your kitchen that will be renovated, for example. Maybe this is connected to your radiators that will have to be replaced. Maybe you will be investing in a underfloor heating, for instance, or in a wood burner. Whatever it is here, this could be done during Saturn's transit in the 4th house. With Saturn here also, you might experience delays when it comes to any poorly planned renovations. So here with Saturn, you need to be prepared, have a good plan. If you want to renovate, then you need to have a good plan, well-structured plan. But there is a lot of energy that you will dedicate with Saturn in Aries into your home area. You will be building your home foundation during these years, without a doubt. Pluto is about something bigger, like you're literally pulled with your roots into one place to another. Saturn could be more about walls. So maybe you'll be changing the structures of your physical home, or maybe this could be about changes in dynamics in the family area, could be very much the case as well. But we'll explore it further closer to the date. Now, with Neptune on the other hand, it's a really very different energy, but I think it's good that Saturn is here during this transit, because maybe you can make these important decisions related to your home when Saturn is here. because when Saturn departs, then and especially if you have any placements in the 4th house, and the Neptune could bring confusion and delusion to this area of your life and disconnection. There is a certain degree of disconnection with the home when Neptune transits this area of your life. So for this reason, with Neptune in the 4th house, it's really important to not to make any rushed decisions without being sure, especially when it comes to selling, buying, moving, because home is a place that you can connect to emotionally. With Neptune here, you need emotional connection to grow your roots. If there isn't emotional connection, then you will be floating above. But we will explore it further closer to the day. Thank you very much. I wish you a pleasant and productive year, and until the next time, bye for now.